Hey Florida, friends and family in Florida. This is Rob coming to you from Brno in the Czech Republic, where we're in the middle of our coronavirus situation. And Al's with me too. I just wanted to make a short video for all you guys because I can't write to you all individually because it would just take way too much time. Basically, I've been seeing a lot of stuff on the internet and in the news about the specific situation in Florida for the coronavirus and how you guys are preparing or, not preparing or, reacting to this. And as someone who's already been, I live in Europe where we're the epicenter right now. And, we've been very, very proactive in many places about how we're responding to this. And in Florida, you guys really are behind the ball. And I don't want to sound like an alarmist, but, this thing is coming to you. It already is there. And you don't know exactly how many people already have it, but I guarantee you there are already a lot because you have not had any testing. I added statistics. I did some research about 4 or 5 days ago, and I actually added this information for you. The fact that you've got between 4.5 and 5 million people in that state, this many people that are over 60, and you've got this many ICU beds and ventilators, and the fact that people are not taking precautions to actually spread this virus. It's really, really quite alarming. So, I wanted to give you guys some information, to cut through the internet, the fake news bullshit for you guys, and basically tell you from someone who's from your state. See, look, I even went and got dressed up in the most Florida things I could possibly find. Yeah, and apologies to the UF people, but you have to trust me. FSU does produce some really, really amazingly talented people. And if you don't trust me, I can give you Debbie Wasserman Schultz and Pam Bondi as examples from University of Florida why maybe we shouldn't trust you guys. But, all right, the first thing is this. You guys need to get masks. If you do not have masks, you need to get them. If they're unavailable to you, there are some sites there are a lot of sites now that you can find on YouTube to how to make, for example, masks out of old T-shirts. You can take a T-shirt, cut it. You can find these. Just go onto Google and Google, T-shirt coronavirus mask, and you'll find websites that show you how to do this. It's very, very simple and easy to do. The dog's trying to kill me. And you need 3 layers of cotton, and the information I read says that it'll give you up to about 70% protection on that. That's something that you guys really need to do. Every single time you leave the house, you need to have a mask. There's no debate about that. This is something you have to do. Do not wait for the government to tell you that. Do not wait for someone to tell you, oh, you need to do this. You need to be proactive. People are going to die in Florida because of this. That's not debatable. What you need to do now is you need to be proactive to make sure that the number of people that dies is here and not up here. The world is going to be different after this. And the more proactive, the more intelligent that you are now will help determine, what that world is going to look like after this whole entire thing is over. Do not believe anybody that tells you that, it's going to be 10 days or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever, blah, 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 blah. That's just bullshit. Some politicians are doing this job where they're trying to prevent mass hysteria. That's understandable. But on the other hand, there is a responsibility to at least be truthful with you. And, it's really, really difficult from the two sides of the media in America to actually cut through all the bullshit and especially all the ridiculous memes. I've seen some memes that people in Florida have been sending this week that are clearly Russian. It's so obvious. I actually went through and did linguistic analysis and it said, yeah, this is Slavic, this is Slavic. The language was not even English, but you guys are all just sharing it because for whatever reason. So if you cannot prove the sources of the information about the coronavirus, then don't fucking hit share. Okay? It's really simple. I know sometimes you guys want to share things because this looks fun, or this looks interesting, I'm going to click share. Don't fucking do that. If there is not a link on the bottom of that actually will connect you to an actual scientifically reputable organization like the World Health Organization or the CDC or a state health department, don't share it. okay? Unless it's something that tells you to be more careful, then by all means do that. Otherwise, stop it. You know, this stuff that I saw this week with all those assholes on the beach. Where's the leadership in that state? There's no way. If you've seen Italy, if you've seen the rest of the world, how this thing is working, how in the hell did you not close the beaches? I mean, even today I saw videos of people going to farmers markets. Nobody had masks on. You know, I couldn't see if they had gloves or not, but if they don't have masks, they probably don't have gloves either. You know, this is stupid behavior. I mean, this is like beyond imbecilic. You guys really, really need to think, okay? You know I get shit sometimes from people saying that I call them stupid too often. Well, you know, this is something that my father taught me. I used to get called stupid all the time, and he always told me, well, if you don't like being called stupid, you know, stop acting that way. You know, here's the information. You can either choose to use it or not. You know, it's up to you. All right. So you have the mask, and let me show you something. So for example, if you have the mask, you know, always put it on from the side like that. That's it. You walk outside. All right, one of the things that you need to do is like when you put the mask on, sometimes because the air will come up and it blows against you, it'll dry your eyes out. Do not put your fingers in your eyes. If you need to scratch your eyes, I mean, just do it from the top of your sleeve. Okay? And yeah, and it's kind of fun because like if you have a hoodie, you can walk around, you look like a ninja, some kind of like, you know, Seminole ninja kind of fun shit. When you get home, take the mask off from the back. All right? Now, hands. Every single time you come into your house or your apartment or your flat, before you even take your shoes off, the first thing you need to do is go into the bathroom and wash your hands. The reason for this is because how many door handles, how many elevator buttons, how many things did you touch while you were outside that somebody else might have touched before you? Okay? So as soon as you get home, wash your hands. All right? Also, if you have washing gloves, if you need to go shopping for food, first of all, and again, I'm not trying to sound alarmist, but if you have the means today to go out and do a big shopping, and when I mean big shopping, I mean like non-perishables. Okay, and if you need me to explain what non-perishables are, that means food that can last inside your house dry, like for example in the cupboards, for several months. So things like pasta and flour and rice and like tuna in a can or vegetables in a can. These types of things you need to be mega stocked up on now, at least for 3 or 4 weeks. Okay? Now, I'm not trying to alarm you. I'm just trying to help you be prepared. Because the best way that you're going to help keep the numbers down as far as like the deaths are concerned is by practicing staying at home. You know, there are only a small list of jobs that are actually essential now, and those are the people that should be out there. You know, for example, in the Czech Republic now where I live, you know, we're only allowed to go outside if you have an essential job, if you're going to the pharmacy, if you're going for medical treatment, or if you're going to buy food. But we also have fantastic food delivery services here, which a lot of my friends use, you know, or if you need to walk the dog. That's basically it. There's also some exception for like walking to the park and stuff, you know, that like who the hell wants to do that? Because it's like all these people, it's like, you know, it's like Ninja World. You know, I mean, like it's a bit scary. You know, like you're fortunate enough that, you know, you're going to be in a flat or in a house where, you know, you'll have electricity. You know, you'll have air conditioning in Florida. You know, you probably have at least, you know, Netflix or something. You can be entertained. I mean, hopefully a lot of you will be able to find at least some kind of work that you can do or something you can do while you're in the house, but it's really, really important for you to stay the fuck home. You do not need to be going out to farmers markets. You do not need to be going to the beach. There's so many things that, you know, like you don't need to do. You know, for once, you know, the best thing that you can do is just to sit on your fat ass at home and eat. Now, any of you who follow me even a little bit on Instagram and Facebook, you know that I've been like this really massive fitness thing and eating all this crap. Let me tell you, I'm carb loading now for the future. You know, I've been eating schnitzel almost every single day. This morning, you know, I was having schnitzel today, and then I realized something, that I'm really, really fortunate that I learned how to cook. You know, so if you have kids at home now, you know, you have had this opportunity to teach them all these fucking skills that we had to learn that they have absolutely no idea how to do. Now is the chance to train them. You know, so for example, this morning I'm making a schnitzel and I ran out of breadcrumbs, and then I was like, damn it. Then I was like halfway through the chicken and I realized, oh, I can make batter. You know, so I took the egg mixture, put some milk in that, and just dumped that into the flour, mixed it up, and I was like, voila. I had half a plate of schnitzel and a half a plate of batter fried chicken. It was delicious. Al loved it. All right, now, the next thing, so when you go shopping, you know, you're going to buy all these things. Do not waste your time buying goddamn Coke. And all these kind of like, you see these people walking through the thing with like, you know, like gigantic liters of all this stuff. No, you know, we're from Florida. We're from the South. You know, I did this today for the first time. I will admit, this is the first time I did this because I saw this and I was like, yeah, this is a really, really good idea. Just buy a shitload of black tea bags. You know, you at least have some aunt or some grandmother in your family that's still alive that can explain to you how to do this, how to make sweet tea. Or non-sweet tea if you're like, I don't know, from Key West or some bullshit like that. But, you know, look, and I even got the freaking like mason jars. This is so trashy, but like, you know, hey. When I'm gonna know, do like the Floridians do. You know, so you can do that, but you can buy like, you know, like enough tea for a year, like this big, and you can just make sweet tea. It's easy to make, and you put it in the refrigerator. It tastes delicious, and you know it's the same thing like having Coke and all that other bullshit. But at least with this one, you can at least choose what kind of like nice sugar you put into it. I use dark sugar actually. It actually tastes quite good. All right, that's another thing. Gloves. You know, if you can get kind of like rubber gloves or something. Hey, you see the bulldog? Yeah, this is basically him and me. We've been here for like a week. And we just go outside and come back, and you know, like I think I'm fucking with his sleeping schedule, you know, so he's not really happy about having me here 24 hours a day because like I keep him up. Anyway, we're gonna manage. So the gloves, yeah, like if you go out and go to the shopping thing, if you have gloves, wear them. You know, you don't need them to dry, but like if you're in the shop and you're gonna be handling all sorts of shit, then yeah, put some gloves on your hands, and again, don't rub your eyes, don't touch your face. All right, go there and, you know, use your credit card, you know, do contactless if you guys have that. Yeah, I know we're kind of ahead of you guys on the whole like electronic banking thing, but like if you have like the one you can just go ka-ching, you know, do that and keep the credit card in your pocket so you don't have to go through bullshit. You know, you can just put your glove in your thing, pull it out, boom, pay, go. All right, and then again, when you get home, wash your hands. Every single time you come home, I can't repeat this enough. Wash your hands. Let's see, what else do we have? Yeah, back to the meme thing. Like, just for the record, just so you guys get this, there isn't fuck all that you can gargle with that will prevent this. Okay, this has been disproven a million times, and for some reason you all just, you know, that's one of your greatest hits. Like, oh, we're gonna reshare that one. There's also the one about like you can get it from the dog. No, you can't. Okay, that's been proven completely 100% false. No, you cannot get the fucking thing from the dog. The way you get it is by touching something and touching your face, or you know, air to air with someone who's kind of close to you. You know, that's how you get it. You know, none of this other hocus pocus bullshit is not. You know, that doesn't work. That's not how you get it. The other thing, like guys, yeah, my friends are gonna love me for this one. The beards. The beards and the masks kind of like don't go together. They don't. Well, first of all, like if you have the beard, I mean, I'm a little bit overgrown today, but you know, like I'm not going anywhere. I mean, I'm going outside. You know, all the hairs on the beard, especially the longer it is, all you're doing basically is just creating exponentially the surface area right next to your nose and your eyes and your ears and your mouth that the virus can like grab a hold of and infect you. So now would be a really, really good time, you know, do it for your state, do it for the old people, to find a fucking razor. I know it's very fashionable now to have these big giant beards and shit. But, like, this is one of those points where actually fashion does kill. And you really need to rethink that shit. Another thing, patience. You need to be patient. Like I said, you have to prepare for the long run. Like, I've been in here for a week. And I know that I will have to be here probably for at least another 6 weeks. I can go to the supermarket. I'm trying to, I've made a menu. I have an inventory of all the food that I have in my house, and I've basically tried to plan, what I'm going to eat on these days to see exactly how far the food will last, because I don't want to go out to the supermarket more often than I have to. Every time I leave the house, it's a risk. Okay? It's a risk for me, and it's a risk for the other people that I come into contact with. Because here's the deal. I don't know if I have it or not. I'm completely and totally asymptomatic, but the incubation period is between 5 to 14 days, and I had contact with people. I had clients that I was seeing last week on Thursday, and then one of my friends popped by 5 days ago to drop some things off. So basically, right now I can say officially, I have 5 clean days. I've got 9 more to be sure that I'm fine. But we're also kind of going up on the curve. But regarding the curve, the Czech Republic, actually, I have to say that I'm really, really proud of the people here, because they reacted very, very well to the state of emergency and to basically to the lockdown. We're all kind of on this half-ass house arrest. My blood pressure went up when they announced that. I was really, really worried about how the people would actually respond to that, and I must say that the people here have responded fantastically. We have a national movement that all these people are at home sewing. They're sewing and making the masks. Like I told you, go online, make fucking masks. Every time you go outside, wear a mask. It'll be fucking like the Ninja Republic of Florida, just I do a Ninja Nation, for the Czech Republic, because we're all wearing masks. You need to do this. This is not an option, You've got lots of old T-shirts. You get material. You can make them out of whatever the hell you want to make out of them. Be colorful. Be whatever. But you're in this for the long haul. The reason that I said that I'm going to be here for at least 6 weeks is because, and this is one of those things where the information coming out of your government is a little bit unclear. And this is not a political thing, because one of the things you also have to realize is this is not the time for politics. Anyone who knows me knows that I've been really political since about the time I was 14 years old. This is not the time. There will be a butcher's bill at the end of this. There will have to be some kind of reconciliation for decisions that were made. This is not that time. This is the time for us coming together. Because the Czech Republic, for example, we're also kind of we're 50% over here and 50% over here, kind of the same way the Americans are. But we've just come together kind of as one nation, to defeat this one thing. There are people, of course, online that are still bitching about the government and these things, and I just ignore them, because I really think that, that's the best use of your time right now, is to bitch about something that you can't change. The thing that you can change is your own behavior, and how you're going to help prevent this catastrophe from becoming a fucking huge catastrophe. That's the thing. Ignore the politics. Seriously. Ignore some of the stuff the president says. Ignore some of the stuff that the press says. You need to get information. You need to get facts. That's the thing that you need. Opinions, pointing fingers, blaming stuff. That's not gonna. It's too late for that. It's not going to save any lives. You are the person, with your behavior and with your choices. You're the person that's going to save lives, not so much the government, because it's past that. Because the whole entire thing that we're trying to do here is we're trying to protect the old people. Like I said before, you got 4.5 million old people in Florida in a very, very limited amount of resources to help them. And, that number is going to spike. My mom lives in Fort Myers. That's basically just all old people. I was very, very aware when they got the first cases there. And of course, the first thing I was thinking about is oh my God, my mother and her husband, oh my God. And, it's full of spring breakers and, these very, very like irresponsible people, and part of that irresponsibility is it does come from the top, because people did not have the balls to just close the beaches, close the shops and stuff. We've done that here, and let me tell you, we're still alive. We haven't had, a lot of our stuff has been closed for a while now, and we're living. We're surviving. We're trying to protect other people, and above all, we're trying to protect the diabetics, the old people, the people that have the heart problems, the people that have the lung problems. Okay, if I get it, I'll be cool. I've had worse. I've survived so many times to be like, if this kills me, I'll be kind of like, really? Seriously? That was the thing? All right, the other thing is like, okay, so anyway, so the 6 weeks was this, that, you need to have 14 days to know that, a group of people's okay, that nobody has it from the first, from the first month they have contact. And then that has to be doubled to 28 days of no new cases, before you can even think about making the restrictions any less. So you really need to focus on that. It needs to be about at least 28 days before they're even going to think about, lowering stuff, because that curve needs to get really, really flat. I'm thinking like 6 weeks or something, like the college, we had to basically convert all of our classes to e-learning. That's going to be fun. I'm happy to do it. I love my students. I miss them a lot. You have no idea. Like if you guys could ever see like the inside of my classrooms, you would just die. The stuff I've got some clever kids. And if any of you are worried about millennials, don't be, because Generation X is going to just kick them square in the nuts. They're kind of like Gen X and the Gen Zers. The Gen Zers. The Gen Zers are basically the same thing as the Gen Xers. I have this theory that, it's kind of like there's like a good generation, bad generation, good generation, bad generation. It comes in waves. And it was kind of like, greatest generation, good, boomer, shitty, Gen X, good, millennial, shitty. And now we're back to like Gen Z. They're good. So at least, 3 out of the 2 generations that are alive now are actually worth a shit. So, hopefully we'll be able to kind of keep things together for you guys. Is there anything else? No, that we're all going to get fat, and that's fine. Yeah, like I said, like I'm carb loading. I don't give a fuck. I'm still exercising, but I'm not. Eat. When I told you to go to the supermarket, buy fucking Twinkies. Just buy like an asshole amount of Twinkies, because they'll be here in 10,000 years, and I know it's bullshit food. It's not healthy, but hell, we had them when we were kids, and they made us feel good. And like if there's any kind of shit food that that you can like keep in your house for a while that makes you feel good, buy it. Buy a shitload of it. All those kind of like crazy rainbow flavored bullshit Oreo crap things you have there. I saw them there when I was there this summer, and I was like, how are these people still alive? Oh my God! And they're putting all this shit in landfills in Florida. Really? Okay. There's that. And the last thing, it's because I'm from the Bay Area, and I've been seeing all these things, thoughts and prayers out to this group that are affected, thoughts and prayers out to this group that are affected, and thoughts and prayers out to this other group that are affected. And I was like, oh my God, I'm like, no one's been sending thoughts and prayers out to the sex workers, because they're such a key part of the culture and part of the economy in the Tampa Bay area. Like they're out of work too. And, if it was a war, they'd be doing a lot of business, but this is a pandemic, so nobody's going near those people with a 10-foot pole, so they're going to be hurting also. So, thoughts and prayers for like, the pole dancers in Tampa. They're really going to need that. Let me see this week. Yeah, he's pissed. I'm keeping him up too long. Yeah, and the house doesn't actually look like this all the time. I basically made like a gigantic like U-shaped thing for him to run around and play on and sleep, next to the sun. So he's got this whole entire thing going. This is 25 minutes. I thought it would be like 10. But just be cool. Be cool. Don't freak out. But like I said, like if you can get to go shopping, stock up. And I'm not telling this the entire state of Florida, just my friends and family. But yeah. And it's not because of like panic buying, kind of like, oh my God, there's not going to be any shit. It's just because you need to buy. I mean, see if you can't. If you, I mean, I know you guys have those big fucking freezers. Like you're just, I mean, you have all those big giant, like just asshole size things, which is ridiculous. But you know, fill the fucking freezer up if you can afford it. I mean, yeah. But again, non-perishables. See if you can, like, honestly. Excuse me. Yeah, it's all that sweet tea. Basically, I'm caffeinated. Like buy enough food for like 3 weeks and stay home. If you have any old people, go shopping for them and just bring the food and put it in front of their door, ring the doorbell and, you know, say ciao and, you know, leave it there and tell them to wait a couple minutes before they open the door and pick it up. The same thing for prescriptions. You know, we will get through this. I mean, like, our generations, like we've never been tested. That's the thing. I mean, like, you know, we haven't had the world wars. We haven't had the catastrophes. I mean, like, you know, like even the 2007, 2008, you know, the global financial crisis. I mean, that was just kind of like, wah, 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 you know, on a civilization scale. You know, we haven't faced anything like this. You know, like, I mean, like I said, like 100 years ago. I mean, even the Second World War, if you look at the numbers, I mean, it wasn't that bad. I mean, yeah, it's a war, but I mean, like, it's not that bad. This is something significantly different. And like I said, the outcome of this is determined by you. It's determined by you and your behavior and, you know, how stupid you want to be or how responsible you want to be. That's the question. Who are we? Are we really that stupid, or can we show the world that we're actually something better than we used to be? My experience here tells me that we're better. The people here have reacted fantastically. Hopefully, you know, you guys in Florida can start leading, and you'll have similar results. Anyway, all my best. I hope you guys listen to what I say and take it to heart. I'm not bullshitting you. The people that know me know that I never bullshit. I'm a dick, but I never bullshit people. All right. Love you. Bye.